here to just mess around. They are doing very, very good. I believe we're ready to hop into this next match. 3, 2, 1, and here we go.
Nagoya in the red, not fielding a sentry. That's going to be real rough. And UCSD in the blue. Interestingly, UCSD sending their hero to the reload zone first. This is abnormal. Typically, the strat is to send your standard to get their ammunition first. As we see Nagoya do, is they grab 50 projectiles for their standard.
Looks
5
like their
projectiles
might
for the
be
hero.
running into the wall
UCSD.
a little bit.
Hopefully it's just a little bit of wall damage. It's not a big deal. They're doing a circle bot, so it's a little bit harder to know the bounds of your robot as you're navigating the field.
Looks like UCSD is having no problem with that.
Nagoya landing some early hits onto the sentry in the similar spot from where Singapore was taking. So some long-range standard shots.
Sentry for UCSD taking a decent amount of damage. Nagoya's chipping away with their standard. Their hero still not looking like it's 100% functional. But just to be a tie, Nagoya is... Oh.
So
Nagoya's
because
have to
there's
take
no
out
sentry...
UCSD sentry, yes.
Yep, because there's no Nagoya sentry, the shield expires. And now the health of their base is completely vulnerable. So even though right now the standard for Nagoya is performing a little bit more actively maybe than the standard and the hero for UCSD, unless they're able to chew all the way through the sentry and start getting some base damage, they're currently behind by a far margin just by not having a sentry fielded.
Yes, and that's why it's important, even if it is just a chassis, to have at least something there to just be able to spin around and be that extra cover for your base.
There we go. They're able to get a kill down. That'll be great. It'll level up their robots, and it removes the invincibility from UCSD base. They've got 3 minutes. UCSD could easily win this match if they can just get any damage down onto this base. It'll put a lot of pressure onto Nagoya.
Looks like UCSD might have trouble with their firing mechanism, as it looks like they're not really able to be attacking this base.
Nagoya has got to figure out the strategy. They could still lose this game if they just attack the wrong robots. They have got to kill the sentry of UCSD.
They certainly do, but the threat at their base means that even if the single projectile hits the base of Nagoya, UCSD will be in a very, very healthy lead.
Yep. Nagoya chasing off the UCSD standard. Well, they've got to start making some progress. They've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Not a ton going on as positioning is getting into place. Now,
Go.
UCSD Sentry is starting to take a lot of damage as Nagoya is doing a very good job.
Some heroes firing. I can hear it, but I can't see it.
I think that hero
Who is
actually got a hit
firing?
off on the Sentry. Looks like that base is about to start taking damage from Nagoya, or from UCSD onto Nagoya.
This is going to be a close match.
Certainly is, as that sentry's about to fall.
As soon as that
5
sentry
more
falls, there will be
projectiles,
no
3
base
more, 2 more, 1 more. There
shield.
it is.
1500 to 1500. It's going to be a base race. I believe the hero from Nagoya, no ammunition. UCSD was firing with their hero, but has to go back to get ammo.
I think Nagoya's been in the same spot with their hero the entire match, but
Yeah.
their standard is definitely holding its own.
So I think it's a standard from Nagoya versus a hero from UCSD. And hopefully that hero from UCSD uses a blood bag. If they don't, they will surely lose this match.
He is also only level 1.
They've got probably 5 health remaining. And they have blood bags available. They just need to activate them when they're in that reload zone. But Nagoya getting a slight advantage using their standard to start chipping away at the health of UCSD. They will not be able to match the damage output of a hero if UCSD can get their hero situated once more.
It looks like with only a minute left, that's going to be a pretty hard task to do, as Nagoya started with a pretty big disadvantage, but able to now leverage this match in their favor.
Round 2 is going to be pretty close, Matt. The hero using a blood bag, they're really gambling staying in that zone long enough to heal, but still we're within 1 hero shot. 1 hero shot from UCSD would put them in the lead.
Like they're trying to get into position to try to secure that with this base race going on.
They would now need 2 hero shots.
Now a bit more. Looks like UCSD standard unable to fire, so they're going to instead just do a little bit of contact damage with the two chip damage.
You can hear the hero firing from UCSD. If they land these shots, they're hitting glancing blows. They need to fire straight on. You can see they've landed several, actually, dealing 15 damage to the base of Nagoya. Okay, wow.
Still not enough damage. Looks like Nagoya's going to take this one on the criteria of base HP. That was at least a pretty close match.
Close one. Matt, this second round is anybody's game. It's right in.
Countdown at 1-0.
Game has started, chat. All right, so again, as we saw in game one, Nagoya's base starts invincible, so now is the time, if they can get their projectiles loaded quickly, that they should be full-on attacking the sentry as fast as humanly possible. Because that base invincibility will fall off, and that's the point in time where they've got to be worried about the hero.
Looks like UCSD can move around. Whether or not they can shoot is going to be a different question, but it looks like Nagoya's already going to start posturing for damage on that sentry.
Initially, better optimization from Nagoya. First of all, they're attacking the sentry. Second, last time they started with 50 projectiles purchased. Why would you save money for a hero that can't work? So they went out and full out and purchased, and they're able to chew through already the first couple hundred health points of that sentry.
Knocking it down to about half. Not looking like they're going to be retreating anytime soon as that sentry is continuing to lose health.
They have more than enough projectiles left to take the sentry out on this single hopper. The key here is going to be to get that done before your base loses invincibility, which I believe happens right now at the 1 minute mark.
A little bit hard to see, but we can know that we have our the standard that is attacking the sentry.
Hero from UCSD
behind that barricade.
Finally hitting the perpendicular plate, starting to take huge chunks of damage. UCSD with a large advantage here. They're still trying to take out that sentry. This is going to be an advantage hard to make up for Nagoya. This might be our first one-to-one match.
First blood.
Looks like it's going to be the first blood coming across as the sentry falls for UCSD.
UCSD's hit percentage here, not the best, but already 210 health, going to be hard to overtake from the other side. Nagoya starting to chip away at the base. You can see 5 damage per projectile for the standard, 200 damage per projectile for the hero on the opponent's side. The good side here for Nagoya, though, is that they have a level 3 standard versus a level 1 hero, and that will level the playing field quite a bit, now within 35 hit points.
Those level 1 heroes only able to fire probably once every second, if even, because that barrel heat spikes up really, really fast before your robot starts taking damage from the referee system.
One of the math whiz kids in the crowd might be able to do the math for economy efficiency versus a base. Heroes cost much more per projectile, but obviously deal, 40 times the damage? So,
yeah.
The game now shifting. Nagoya was behind, now in the lead by a small margin. But we'll see how long that lasts. The hero has 20 projectiles for UCSD. They only need to land like 7 of those.
Whether or not those will be glancing blows is to be determined.
It's a base race for sure. UCSD's got to get their driving under control. They're not currently in view of the base. You can see them on the left, very edge of your screen as Nagoya gets the base of UCSD under 1,000. Still anyone's game. Nagoya doing a great job here, but with 89 bullets left to go, they will not be able to finish the base with that amount of projectiles.
Still a pretty large number of projectiles before they're going to need to go back.
UCSD has a lethal amount of ammunition, but they seem stuck.
They might have gotten high-centered on one of their own projectiles. Looks like that bumper's actually falling off a little bit.
Nagoya going back to reload. That's smart. That will let them stay at the base. They won't have to go back again.
Ooh, and
but
there's
the base,
large damage coming across.
Some of those hitting for 5, some of them hitting for 200.
It's going to take this right back down to a neck-and-neck game. Only a single hero shot difference between UCSD's base health and Nagoya's.
This is such a driver's game. UCSD accidentally overheating their barrel. They've got to stay ahead, though. They're still within 1 hero shot. Now they'll need 2 to catch back up.
Nagoya not wanting to let them catch up with that level 3 standard, absolutely pelting the base.
What is the hero of UCSD doing? It has 15 projectiles. It's turned around. They're throwing so hard. Nagoya is going to take this game right out of the hands of UCSD.
Looks like projectile overspeed from that standard on the side of UCSD, but
UCSD driving the wrong way.
Along.
the hero from UCSD, giving this game away. Nagoya happy to take it. They will take these points with a very kind thank you, sir.
30 seconds left. It looks like Nagoya might be able to finish off the base with a solo standard base kill.
Matt, driving backwards as UCSD makes no sense here.
That looks like it's a large amount of the bumper falling off for UCSD on their hero.
Even if they hadn't moved at all, just firing the projectiles from where they were would have been a better option.
It definitely would have, but it looks like Nagoya is going to be able to actually fully destroy the base.
Wow, chat, you weren't able to see it because the win icon had come up, but when the base died, the standard for Nagoya decided to fully unleash the firing rate, and it went really fast.
It did go pretty fast. We can hear it all the way over here and see projectiles flying out of the arena.
All right.